$5.19 in our account at the end of December. That also includes a deposit that was made in January of the Bonnie Lucille loan repayment.
We got it all back.
Yes, plus an extra 10 cents.
Nice.
Yes.
Can I ask you about that? I know that's a thing, but how come those two numbers that like the owner's portion, the match, and then what was paid back?
Reimbursement.
Yeah, how come they're not all the same? How come they're different?
What do you mean? What?
Well, like the owner was 24,5350.
That's
was
how
her
much
match.
that was what she had to pay in as a match.
Okay. And
And
then,
then the next line is what we got in repayment from the state,
okay, so that's the 2247.
No.
24. Where do you see?
So that's money she paid out.
Oh, you're looking at the running total. So
Okay.
those are checks I wrote out.
Oh,
So
okay.
you have to add them all up.
Yeah, but if
Then
you
that
go to-
gives you the,
yeah, but
that's
if you
what I was
go to,
trying to figure out, that's all.
yeah, that's just the
'Cause I
running
thought those were a
total.
loan.
Yeah, they're checks that I wrote out to people we had to pay on her behalf with
Got
that
it.
loan.
And then,
But if you look at the next report, at the top, there's Bonnie Lucille a match, her match. Then our reimbursement is also at the top under revenue area. And then down at the bottom, the expenditures that were approved, it's what we paid out as a budget and what we actually paid out.
so the 24 5350
She wrote us a check
Those-
for.
match up.
Yeah, it's
Makes sense
it's an
to me now.
extra 10 cents
Yeah.
over what we paid out.
Whatever, those just didn't match to me, so I
Yeah.
couldn't figure out.
Yeah, those two numbers at the top, which were the incoming funds towards the loan, is just 10 cents more than what the outgoing was for the loan, which is under expenditures.
Got it. Okay, and we're square with her now too, right?
We got our money. When the
As far
state
as I'm
paid us,
concerned, DDA is.
yeah, we're squared up. So.
Okay.
We submitted everything to them and.
And then, so on that report is also just our budget and our current spend so far this year by category. And then the next report is by month in what our spend was. So it's all the same numbers repeating, but in different. And also not reflected on here, but I saw in the minutes, is that an approved expenditure from the 11/28 meeting is Summerfest at $1,500. So when I do my next report, that will be on there.
So Jill had a request. She has a band lined up. She has a juggler lined up. She's trying to get the community singers. Right, lined up, but that's at $1,500. She feels like she needs to get somebody to bridge something for the community singers, so she'd like a little bit more money. If that's possible. And if we want to get her in next week or next month, we can do that, but she wanted me to ask tonight. So. Well, I think wasn't there 2,000 budgeted for the music in the park or something? That's what she said.
Music in the park has $1,000 budgeted.
Okay.
And then,
Did we add to that? No, no, $1,000 is budgeted for music in the park. Movies in the park has $3,000 budgeted.
but this 1,500 that we just gave her last month or 2 months ago, basically.
Yeah,
Is not in our budget at all. It's just something we.
Right.
But voted on and get.
Right, are
Okay.
you telling me?
Yeah, well, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm just saying that I will note it in our future, saying that it's an approved expenditure that was voted on 11/28.
Right.
To add Summerfest at $1,500.
But it's not part of our budget.
No, it's not part of our original budget, no.
And did she have a number in mind?
Not quite yet. She
Should
wanted,
we wait?
she said 2,000, another 500 would cover it for sure. But she's still working. She doesn't know what that is, right? She's got the three things. The community singers is 45 minutes. She wants to hire somebody to make it a full 2-hour concert. Right? And that's gonna take her over the 50 minutes. She doesn't have to do that, right? That's just kind of what she's thinking. So.
What's the date of that?
Was the day of the pancake,
Last Saturday in July.
Yeah. day of the pancake breakfast. Italian and all that. I think, right? Is that right?
Yep, that weekend. And she's not committed to, well, she's committed to the juggler, she's committed to the band, hasn't committed to the Langsburg community players, right? So.
Do you think that we need to move on that right now, or do we need to wait, you think?
She would like to get it done, get it all set, right? But she said she could wait if required.
Okay,
Should know how much, right?
So
she's thinking 500.
500 at the top.
Well, if we make a motion for 1,000, after exceed 1,000, it should be good.
All right, let's
Well, can we
let's
finish the treasure?
let's take care of the.
Okay,
Oh,
sorry. I didn't-
That's okay, as long as it's part of this.
Right,
Let's take care of this first, unless there's another question about the treasurer's report. And then we'll move right and
Okay.
take care of that.
Okay.
Make a motion to accept the treasurer's report.
I move that we accept the treasurer's
for a
report.
second.
Okay, all in favor?
Okay.
Anyone opposed? Okay, and then
Make a motion.
he wants to make a motion now.
That what, that we.
We're
so
gonna
it's
add to,
15 Okay, add to this 1,500.
$10,000.
to make it
Not to
20,
exceed.
2,500.
not to exceed 2,500
Or. You guys don't know.
Summerfest.
for the summer fest.
I'll second.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not pretty right now, but I'll clean up, I'll clean it up.
everybody knows what we're
Not,
talking.
not to exceed $2,500.
Basically.
This motion is to add $1,000 to what you've already committed to Summerfest, not to exceed 2,500. Did I
Correct.
get that right?
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right. Match on Main,
So we, were awarded another match on Main, another $25,000 to our very own Rose Villa. You want to explain your projects? Because this, I think we haven't met since we were awarded.
Okay,
So,
yeah, so, for my project, we're doing a full refresh in the retreat. And I've been busy already working on it, even though I don't have signed papers yet, but I'm faithful that those are coming through. We've already put, new curtains, blinds in the front and also in all of the bedrooms. I've purchased and in the process of purchasing full new workstations for the customers that have these amazing desks that are adjustable. So they can adjust them to the height that they are. You know, if they're a little shorter, they can have shorter desks, or based on what they're working on, they also can stand up and work as well. And on their workstation, they also have these great new chairs, super comfy office chairs, and new lighting and power strips for them. And then we put mattress toppers on all the beds, all new linens throughout the retreat, and new pillows. And then we're doing some things for just the building itself. We're repainting. There's new flooring going in in a few areas. We're making a change to some lighting and replacing a couple of faucets that have really shown some wear. And then we also are putting in a new front entry door, so a lot going on, and the customers love it. So they, I haven't been able to do it all at one time. I'm kind of, the tables all have to be assembled, so I'm ordering them like 2 at a time, and we assemble them, and then there's 2 more. And all the chairs are in, and 4 tables, 2 more getting assembled tomorrow. And the customers are they just think it's just amazing. Good. Yeah, yeah.
Very
So.
nice.
I mean, I think that it's great that we've been able to bring this money into our downtown.
I think too.
How many bedrooms do you have there?
We have 4 bedrooms, 8 beds.
Okay.
There was, I think, there's a number, wasn't there?
Of what?
Of the total amount of
I think it was
places,
10. I thought.
35.
Or was 35?
Yeah, there were 35 people awarded, or
800,
companies awarded.
880,000 or something, total. That went out.
Well, and then the number that they had that was, what that ends up being for projects for the state was pretty big too, because owners are putting in more for their
Mhm.
projects. Yeah.
It's been a good program for us, and I'm really glad that we started utilizing it. If we weren't RRC certified, we wouldn't qualify. So
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. It's something that I couldn't do as a business owner to do all this work, certainly not at one time. And by the time I could do it, things would be wearing out and need to be redone. It would just wouldn't be brand new looking all at one time. So it's pretty awesome.
you got some good before pictures,
I do.
and we're gonna get some great after.
Yes, yeah, yeah.
Match on main winter.
Well, winter, yes, winter. So we have another round coming up. And I'm just trying to make sure that everybody gets the word out, that you know about this program. You tell other businesses about it. The website is the best place to send people to read about it, so they understand. That they're supposed to put the 25,000 up front, and that, you have to, there's certain qualifications.
If someone wants to open a new business, are they eligible?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I was assuming as much, but I didn't know.
Yep. There's certain things that they have to do. They have to show a business plan and certain things like that, so. But yeah, I think that we finally got some people's attention. I feel like, we've had more people come in this time and ask about it, so. Either the word's getting out because 2 people have gotten it now, or we just finally figured out a way to reach people, I don't know. But we've been trying, we email and we call and we, we've been putting it on Facebook, and we actually mailed people letters, and they would call up and say, yeah, I got this letter about a grant, and they would act like they didn't even get it from us. We're like,
Who was the other business that got it?
Bonnie Lucia,
Oh, okay.
she was our first one, so. Yeah, pretty exciting.
And that has to be the project. Well, the people we have moving in on the other end has put a lot of money in. They couldn't apply for it now. We've already spent the money, correct?
They could apply for work they haven't done yet, or.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Yeah, right. It has
Yeah.
to be, yes.
correct.
I was pretty sure that was the case, but.
Yeah.
thought I'd ask.
Yep. I think that it says once you turn in your application, anything after the application deadline and you've turned in an application, those are eligible expenditures, so.
So anyone who was trying to open up anything new would be eligible to go,
Mhm.
yeah, go after. it.
Yep. So we're kind of hoping that we get an eatery in town of some sort.
I see the real estate signs are down on the,
Yep.
yeah, is that, oh, they sold or no, or no?
We haven't seen anything, but we have heard that, there's some plans for something going in there, and I'm encouraging them to apply for this, so hopefully.
Signs came down because the contract was up for the sales.
Oh, okay.
Heard the same thing, things are in work, but that's why the signs came down.
Oh,
I'm surprised they're up this long because the contract was up a while ago, so I was like, maybe re-signed, but. Anyways, if something does fall through, I still have my contacts at the state ready to like. Market that building for restaurants or whatever, people who are looking to start that kind of business, so. We're just kind of waiting to see if what's in the plans right now actually goes through, so.
How about classes building?
We've had a few, kickers on that one, but nothing has really gone through yet. Haven't seen any more.
did somebody buy the old car?
Yes,
Mhm.
yep,
Mhm.
yep.
You want that?
I don't know their name. I would have to look it up, but.
I think we joined the big car.
Mhm. Yep, they're
I thought
actually,
the city wanted that property at one time.
I know there was, we own that property next to there and, there was discussion of that person selling it to the person who wanted to develop the property next, which was the Dollar General. And
Okay.
you see where they went.
Yeah, right next to. Family.
Right where they wanted to be. So,
For some reason they like that.
It's like
Street or in the same
McDonald's-
building
it's like
or whatever.
McDonald's next to Burger King.
yep, same thing, Walgreens and Rite Aid and.
Yeah, it seems
Yep.
like it.
So anyways, I just want to make sure everybody spreads the word and that, they know we're looking at applying for another one, so.
DDA, the side lanes. We have,
We do, we've had some coming in, I just wanted to make sure everybody was. That what we have budgeted, I just kind of wanted to bring it up because I've had. Somebody drop one off already and another person inquired, so.
we have, what is 15?
March. Third Monday in March.
No.
or the 15th.
Our
Oh,
budget,
our
what's in our
budget,
budget,
sorry.
15?
Give me just a second. Actually, let me look at.
Or did we raise it to 20?
I can't remember what you guys ended up doing.
Okay, so, our budget was 28,000, but that was some carryover to which we reimbursed already 16,240. So essentially, right now, we have, what? 12,000.
What do we?
So you guys must have budgeted 10,000 then, and the other must be still some more that we haven't paid out.
Or that came in as less.
Oh, the painting one was.
Paying
not-
one
Was
wasn't,
not 5, I think, right? Oh,
yeah, but what did we budget?
we think it's 10,000.
Probably 10,000 because we budgeted 28,000 in total for this fiscal year. But we had like encumbered funds already that we had committed, which we paid out as $16,240. So it must have been around 10,000 that we budgeted for, but we have just under 12,000.
You said you have one. in
I've
here,
got one that's been turned in, yes.
And the rest of them will have to be in by the time we meet next time.
No, I think they're due in March. And
So
then,
this is January. huh?
yeah,
Yes, that's. it.
so, and then, I don't know, do you want us to put the word out? Do you want us to just leave it like it is? Cause I know since you only budgeted 10,000, I've already had 2 people approach me, and I don't know. Last time when we did the big marketing plan for it, we got a whole bunch,
Yeah.
so. I don't know. It's more of just a conversation, so you guys realize they're coming in and what we're gonna do. Think about it.
I guess we can. I guess we'll wait and see.
I don't think that we not communicate about it. I mean, I
Right.
like we communicate about it and then depending on what the turnout is. And I think at that point, we could decide if we're gonna add to this budget, based on what the turnout is and. projects.
Yeah, how many there are? 3 years ago, we got slammed.
Mhm.
2 years ago wasn't as bad. And then those have been taken care of now, so maybe there won't be as bad. Okay, CDE,
I think it's supposed to be CEDAM, that's spelled wrong, but anyways, it's the Community Development Fellowship. And we were funded, so we did get awarded a fellow, so we're gonna have a full-time person for 15 months. It's gonna work on economic development things, businesses, and so I want the DDA to talk about maybe playing a role in that, like something that, like maybe out of the DDA plan, something that you would like to accomplish that we could have that person work on. So we're gonna have her or him full-time for 15 months.
are they gonna be in-house?
Yep, so, I mean, as you look through your, I mean, some of those, like our marketing plans. Is there anything we need to update? You know, we already have a group of people put together working on the sign out at Sleepy Hollow, but Sleepy Hollow, it's a it's right for the picking for Langsburg to be able to get some of that business in town, and so I think that in the DDA's actual plan, we talked about how to market to out to Sleepy Hollow, maybe how to grow the amphitheater, how to talk directly to businesses. And the next one is the Main Street program, which is also something that I would like to consider that the fellow would get involved with the Main Street program and try to get us. So like with RRC, we had to get certified. There's a certification process to become a Main Street program, and it does open up more funding avenues for downtowns.
Well, they can work on that too.
So I guess I'm just kind of looking for, you know, something you guys would like to see us work on and that you support, you know. And I think that the fellow should come to all the DDA meetings. And we have been contacted by the Byron DDA. And they had applied for a fellow as well. And they originally asked me if we would share one with them, and the state did not recommend that because they said sometimes it does not go well, but they are not opposed to us working with the Byron DDA and like helping them maybe get through their park and rec plan or their capital improvement plan or whatever, because they're trying to get RRC certified.
We can rent them out.
Yeah, so we could rent out our fellow. Yeah, so we'll have to determine if that's gonna work or not and what that looks like. And financially, the only benefit would be that, you know, maybe they paid something for the fellow, but basically it's more of a goodwill gesture that we would work with another community to help them. And so
When does the fellow start?
we're started recruiting right now, and so that is the other thing that I would like help with. If you guys know of any groups or organizations that we should reach out to put that job description out there, have included the job description in here and the websites for CEDAM, and they actually apply directly to CEDAM. They would be an employee of CEDAM, but they start mid-May, I think, May 15th.
So we interview them.
Yep.
And we
Yep.
decide if that's the person.
Yep.
for the community.
I mean, I guess there could be an instance where CEDAM would be like, no, this is just not, you know, but I don't think that really happens, but CEDAM is involved because they are actually the employer. They get health benefits, paid days off, but they work here on site for 15 months. And the other thing is they're hoping that whoever we hire, if I'm not sure they would already live in the community, but they would like to see them live close to the community and be, you know, be an integral part of the community and work with the businesses and the organizations. And so I would like the fellow to be, you know, somebody that you guys become familiar with and that we share ideas with, so. We kind of want to get some measurable stuff out of this.
So you put out an application process,
It's already out there.
okay, it's out, and then whoever applies will try to go through that list and interview each. will the DDA be involved in that or just the council?
We haven't determined who's gonna sit in on those interviews, so if somebody on the DDA would like to be a part of that, I think it'd be great.
Good idea. I mean,
I
No,
mean,
well,
so we're,
yeah, we have not,
at least you'll be on both ends anyway.
right,
I mean,
yeah,
we have not worked through who's gonna sit in on those interviews, but definitely would like somebody from our boards and commissions, you know. Maybe somebody from the businesses, I don't know what that looks like yet, but, if somebody from the DDA would like to do that, that would be great.
probably don't want 15 people.
Yeah.
A very large panel.
Right in the middle.
It's fine.
Involved community. And you're gonna feel the love.
All of us.
Yes. So, what we had put in there is in here, like for projects that we talked about wanting to work on, but, you know, if there's something specific. Or if one of these, you guys think, well, I don't know, but, you know, I feel like we worked through everybody's plans, we kind of talked about what things we have in the hopper. And,
So that Michigan Main Street program, is that for our entire city, the one that's just on the Main Street? That's what
it's just the Main Street.
but it's the city level.
No, it's meant for downtown, like business districts, commercial, yep. Yeah, it's meant to grow your business district and to like get measurable results from, say you do a marketing plan. You do something to get like a baseline with the businesses, and then you do the marketing plan and you go back and see if it helped them or, you know, so it's I think that, you know, sometimes it's a lot like what the DDA does, but I feel like it's a lot more involved with the actual Main Street businesses. But, I mean, I just think, I see, you know, other towns that have this and they have like a lot of access to resources, or, you know, how to help businesses. Just, they have a lot of good programs, and so I think that, you know, it's a great education piece if we want to continue to grow our downtown, that this is probably something that will help it be sustainable through, you know, people that change out. If you have this program on hand, then it feeds itself.
Small business training.
Wait, I didn't get my answer yet on the Michigan Main Street program. I'm looking for someone to join me. On February 6th or 7th, between 1 and 4 is probably like a 20-30 minute meeting, maybe an hour. I don't know.
That's on Monday.
February
Next
6th
Monday.
or 7th, yeah, Monday or Tuesday. If somebody from the DDA could join me for that.
I can't, I'm flying out of here, so I won't be around. Anybody else?
And then,
I could on the 6th,
okay,
but I can't on the 7th.
okay,
I'm flying out too. Probably not going to someplace fun. I'm,
the 6th.
6th.
Sometime between 1 and 4, I'll just call her, schedule it and let you know then.
Let me know. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
That works. She specifically said that, you know, it'd be nice to have a representative from the DDA and the city staff, so.
Yep.
And we'll see what that looks like, so we get some stuff lined up for the. Oh. Now you wanna go on to the initiate
Yep.
small business
Yeah.
training?
Sure.
Apparently. We got picked to participate in this. I think I probably signed up for it. And I don't know, but it came in my email, but there, it's a group that this is free to us. There's some trainings February 1st, and these are all virtual, February 8th, 1st, 15th. And it looks like on the 15th, you know, they say you can share this or invite other small business customers. Again, it's a resource, it's tools for businesses that they can, I think there's things out there to help them recruit people, to help them work through finances, help them with expansion. I don't know, there's just a lot of, and this is, like, they teach you like just about things that, you know, might help your businesses, might, you know, like if you added. You know, I mean, I don't know if you guys have noticed the sledding hill, but it's been pretty crazy lately. Like if you put like bales of straw over there for people to sit around and, you know, set that up a little bit differently. You attract more people, get them down to your businesses, that kind of stuff.
I thought maybe you meant for them to run into.
That, yeah, up top, we don't want them to run into anything.
They pack snow on and make it jump.
So is this something that you're asking if we should extend this out to the local businesses? Is that? Or is this
If any of
idea?
you wanna participate or, you know, get involved with this, especially on the February 15th one, there's that 5:30 to 6:31. That I think that I will probably have copies of these. I think it's just more to share with you because it is gonna affect the DDA district if we get some good ideas out of this program. So,
And does the business association know nothing?
I sent them the same information, so. Just, I think this is more like just an FYI, so.
Okay.
Now would you all been waiting for me?
Banners?
There you go. Kim is someplace warm tonight, so she's not here to help us with what she's been working on. Cassie, are you unmuted in case we need anything? Because you two have been working on this.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah, you're on mute.
no, I'm not on mute. You can hear me, right?
Okay,
No, we can't hear you.
so
Is Sharon on?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. I know you looked at these too, right?
Yeah. I'm good. I don't think I can vote on anything since I'm virtual, but
are we gonna try to actually pick one of these, two of these,
Like all of them.
all of these? And what is there a price difference, I'm assuming, in each one or not?
I think first we
Who
were
knows
trying to
that?
land on what you guys like.
Okay.
We were trying to hit the target of what you guys wanted. You wanted a fall one, a spring one, a Wolfpack one, and a Langsberg one.
yeah, I had some thoughts on some of the banners where I thought some of them looked kind of old fashioned, if I dare say. Some of them looked kind of cheap and old fashioned.
Cassie, do you know we were getting feedback on the farmer's market one?
No, we did not.
Okay,
We wanted to kind of change that one, but they did not respond, I don't believe.
farmer's market one.
You
Yeah,
mean-
I liked the farmer's market one a lot.
Which is-
I liked the ones that seemed to serve a purpose, whereas if they just say, you know, like spring across the banner, those ones look kind of outdated to me.
Like the two on the right.
Yeah, the two on the right I did not like.
Well, we took off the words. So like and we also kind of wanted them to be interchangeable, like so that welcome the Langsberg one.
Mhm.
And the Wolfpack one, those might be up more than others. So we kind of wanted something that would go with some of those. We also talked about like doing like a summer series, like over there, maybe putting the farmer's market and the music like over, like mix them in downtown a
That
little
was my
bit.
question. We wouldn't have the farmer's market all the way down at all. You would just have it down in the area.
Right. So the ones that would be in the farmer's market one, I mean, I don't know what the actual plan is like to try and get that changed, but I mean, I don't think anybody loves that one, but. Like the link, I like that first one because we wanted something that could be locked up frequently or interchanged. And that one is pretty simple.
And it is our logo.
Right, and that's our logo, and so that was, and then the Wolfpack one, I don't think anybody really wanted any changes to that one, so we needed a fall one and a spring one.
Can you tell me what the dotted line is versus the red line versus the outline of this actual image?
Those are the little pink and turquoise ones that are around, those are kind of just borders for the graphics. Those dotted lines, the pink and stuff on would not show. That's strictly just for visual measuring of making sure that things are balanced and stuff.
So those
Exactly what they were, I don't remember what the guy said.
Okay,
they're not gonna show up on the.
Correct.
banner. It's just showing you what the distance is between the actual banner and whatever is on the banner.
Correct.
Okay,
So here's the reason why I didn't like the two on the right. I mean, the colors are just washed out, and I feel like our logo has such vibrant, rich, saturated colors, you know, with good color saturation. And then, you know, the two on the right, the colors just feel washed out. It just feels like, you know, it just doesn't have that same vibrancy. And they're just kind of, the images are, you know, with flowers and leaves, they look fluffy, so that also softens the edges, and they just don't seem very impactful.
So there's one banner for each pole, right, or two?
no, we're short on poles to
No,
banners.
so what I,
Banners to poles.
I
Did
got
you go
lots of-
every other, like the lanes were going to go, lanes for every other pole and add in like the fall every other one, is that planned or?
Right now, that's what we do.
What's that?
so,
It's every other one.
Every other one.
Yeah.
so, how many, we had 34 poles? Cause you were adding brackets to these.
I've got the brackets.
Okay, so
yes.
our total was gonna be 34 poles,
Yes.
right? And so what we were looking at was ordering, these are my notes from the last time we talked about this, but getting the design down by committee is really
It's gonna be-
difficult.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're never.
I mean, and Kim has tried to like put this out there, so
It's like.
if somebody wants to figure that out,
It's be here.
Artist.
for it. We just wanna update the ones. We just wanna update what we have, because they're terrible, you
Yeah.
know, and so.
Do
You
we-
guys
are
told
we-
me,
We're not gonna wipe out, right? Or are you thinking of wiping out everything you have?
no, no,
Right,
so
okay.
here's what we had. You wanted me to get, like, fall, spring, wolf pack, and then the Langsberg ones. And we talked about like getting like 20 of those Langsberg ones, so they would be. Like you could put them up with other ones, so you wouldn't put all 20 up. You like, so while the wolf pack one was up, you could have the Langsberg ones in certain places. Like, and so that's like your generic, like just welcome one. And then the other ones, like everybody kind of said, well, we don't need it to say fall. We're putting it up because it is fall. So we're just trying to draw people's eyes to the pole, which is downtown, and like, oh, Langsberg got new poles, you know, new
we're
whatever.
decorating.
So, I mean, I don't know, I mean, what your goal is. We wanted to get some updated ones that made an impact statement of some sort, and that they were consistent. So, you know, when we went through, we did a survey of all the polls. I think we've been talking about this for about a year. I mean, we just want somebody to tell us what you want on them. And so Kim's been working with, you know, we worked with Edwards. We didn't come back with anything anybody really liked. So we went to Agnew, and, you know, I think they've worked through some things, but I mean, I don't even know where,
Did the amount of money that we put forth for them to do this design, was that used up?
I assume so. Cassie?
Well, I mean, they're still adjusting, willing to adjust and do what we need with what we've already put
Right,
forward,
so we're
so.
not done. This is like us bringing you, and they're still gonna work on it.
And do we have to order all of them at the same time, or can we maybe vote to approve the Wolfpack Country and the Langsberg one? And order
Absolutely,
those now,
because
and
they're all
then
gonna be.
sort out the
different
rest so
set.
that we're not waiting on updating all of it.
I think that we could do that if you like those, and because
I don't think there's no doubt about the welcome sign. Do you?
No doubt for
anybody
me
got-
either. I
Right?
get that,
I mean, we
yeah.
all like that.
Yep.
And it is our count. That's
Yep.
what,
That's our
that's
logo.
our
That's
logo.
yep.
That's, we need that.
And the Wolfpack one
So-
is exactly what it was, I
Wolf-
think.
Wolfpack one is just brightened up.
Yep.
It's, and it's red and white. That's our school colors.
Yep.
Really no reason to go crazy there either.
Nope.
So those two are pretty much a given. Dave, do you think that the welcome one should be more than any of the other ones then? Because we would put more of them out in locations and you would scatter everything else in between. So maybe we should get something like in the neighborhood of 30 of those welcome ones or 25 of those welcome ones.
I had
Is
written
that
down
what-
20,
I think
so,
she-
Okay,
she
20.
had notes.
but I mean, whatever,
Mix in the fall and the spring, but in the summer, you're gonna just have the two.
But wouldn't that be the most dominant one?
probably, I mean, other than, maybe it,
I mean, right now, the Wolfpack one is, because it's up 3 of the seasons, but.
right.
Okay.
Well, when I look at the
Like
three,
Farmers market. Go ahead.
when I look at the welcome one, the farmer's market and Wolfpack, I'm sort of like, why do we need more than that even? Maybe we just need one more that is a holiday banner, red, white and green that matches these three colors. We've got green, white and red, and that's Christmassy already. So you could just come up with a Christmas banner. And I don't think you really need the fall or the spring banners at all. I think the way you make an impact is by part of having an impact is having banners that are just like bang, bang, bang as you go down the street.
Sharon, we don't have one up at Christmas time because we have to take them down because of those lights that go on the poles.
And they
So
bring
do you end
wreaths.
up having any up at Christmas time?
Just the ones that are behind the bar.
Okay, so we just have a few up behind the bar at Christmas because all the other poles have those big holiday decorations that light up and are plugged into them.
Oh, that's cool. Well, that's good. Well, I think 3 is enough, honestly. I think welcome, farmer's market and Wolfpack is like, that's 3.
We're not using the farmer's market on the main road though, right?
No,
No, we just,
Those would only be
yeah.
back there.
that we just use on Roosevelt Road.
So changes to the farmer's market, and Paula, help me if I get this wrong, right? It's gonna be year round in the church, congregational church down here, congregation, yes. But during like June to October, they're still gonna be
Down here.
down there.
Okay.
And then special event nights.
And special
they're gonna be-
events, yes, right, yeah, so it's not,
And that's up here though, ain't it?
I think so. So one of the things we had talked about up here on this pole was maybe putting a farmer's market banner up here and a music banner or whatever. We talked about doing some of those, but we haven't got there yet. But
Right.
I agree with focusing on, if everybody likes that welcome one and the Wolfpack one, that we should get those.
What if the welcome one, we've got a couple of them, like couple of them had snowflake on, a couple of them had flower on, a couple of them had. some leaves.
Or we also talked about possibly taking the Langsberg ones and where it says welcome, on the top of those writing movie in the park, summer fest, as we have pancake breakfast ones, but putting just on that same banner our event.
I think that's a good idea, Rich.
I guess I still would be interested in knowing it. If we buy 20 and 40 of these things, how much are we talking in money? Is it 10,000 or 20,000 or
It's
30?
within, right now, I think it's within the budget you gave us.
Okay,
It's like
so-
5,000 or 6,000 or.
Oh,
something.
okay, all right. Because
Is that what it
So
was?
we have, we budgeted for $4,025 and so far we've spent $1,065 and that's on the brackets and also the design.
design.
Yeah.
So you got, how much you got left approximately? Couple grand? Less-
Three,
grand.
about $3,000. just
About
under.
$3,000.
Cassie, do we have prices or no?
I do not know the answer to that one.
I think that we were just trying right now to get you guys to agree on something and then we were gonna bring back prices.
Good luck.
I know,
I know.
but I do think, I mean, like, in the 5 to 6,000 to get.
That's why I think we
to
stay
get
with
this-
that and
to
get,
this, like, a large number of, was within that range.
I kind of like what Cassie or whoever, Sharon or said about using this one and putting the different events on them,
Mhm.
above it or below it, and then that kind of, right, instead of welcome. I mean, have some that say welcome.
right,
You might be able to swap out that background too, like the dark background for a lighter background and, you know.
do it.
I mean, we could
and
have
vice versa.
Agnew work with that graphic and,
Right.
and put seasonal things on there or special event things on there. But those, that's when it gets pricey, is doing, like, if you
Like
order
one-offs,
20 of these,
yeah.
it's cheaper than
Sure.
ordering 4
Right.
that have different.
And they
you
keep
see what I'm
changing.
doing? Right, but
They gotta set up print, yeah.
right, because then they have to reset up. So, and that's the stuff that costs you, is the setup.
I'd like to make a motion
Go for it.
that we order, that you come back with the pricing to order whatever is needed for the welcome and the Wolfpack Country.
In a sec, and approximately, we're gonna say that those are 20 apiece.
20
How many do you want me to order?
20 units.
That's what I'm
of
saying,
them?
20 of.
That's what we're
units of
asking.
each. Dave,
20, 30? There's 34.
I mean, there's
poles.
34 poles.
So you got 20 of each?
Plus extras, yeah.
So 20 of each.
so 20 of each.
Yep.
Okay. Now we're getting somewhere.
And we currently have about $3,000 in the budget, and so if it's more than that, come back to us. Or do we want to approve another 2,000 right now to say up to 5,000?
So first your motion right now,
Right,
right?
motion right now is that we focus on these two and order 20 apiece.
So the motion is to order, and then we have second to order 20 of the welcome and 20 of the Wolfpack Country,
Correct.
right?
We don't have an idea how much each one of these is gonna cost?
I
A
think
ballpark- A
do,
ballpark, I mean, we're talking $20,
I think, like I
$50.
said, it depends on if we, the
Yeah.
volume
Yeah,
that we order.
For the diversity of it.
Can we price out the farmer's market ones too? Cause I'm pretty sure our farmer's market current have an actual day of the week on them.
We can get pricing for it, right?
Yeah.
Farmer's market, but you're saying we don't know how many of those we need, and we don't know what they're gonna look like.
Right. You're saying that it's possible we're gonna change the farmer's market. I think we agree, well, if we vote on it, I think most of us so
I
far
think-
have said
Yep, let's.
that
stick
we're in
with that.
favor of these two.
Yep,
And let's see what the price is.
yeah,
Let's see what
Yeah.
the price is. I have a concern about buying 40 of those and spending our whole budget on those two.
right, we're
If
not
that's-
buying them, we're not ordering them,
You're
we're
just
getting
getting
a
a
price,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Okay, yeah, right.
And then you're
Yep,
gonna come back
yep.
to us next
Yep.
month and we're gonna decide and buy them then.
Perfect.
Right. In,
And then
in
if-
that
if-
list, I think our budget originally was around that list that you have, like, recognize that piece of paper.
My crap.
Her list, so we did have
I start
pricing,
dating these notes.
right, we did have pricing that I think we're gonna find that those two are within our budget.
Probably. But I know, like, I mean, we kind of just been around the ballpark on this, and so it's just time to. I think everybody likes those. I agree with, like, just moving forward with that, and nothing stops us from getting the prices on this one. No sense in worrying, like, getting them to do anything with these, but we can also have them maybe come back if there's still room in the budget with
Mhm.
the
With
graphics
others.
on these that
Yep.
you talked about, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So
Or
I
the
think
farmer's
it's,
market, or
it's a work in progress, and it takes,
Whatever else, doesn't
Listen.
matter.
yeah, we budgeted for it, so I feel like let's do something that's impactful as quickly as possible.
So
but you're not really.
let's vote, we're spending, well, let's vote because we got a motion in a second. All in favor
Uh,
of this motion?
Yes,
Anyone opposed? Okay, go for it. See if we can't narrow it down. And tell them we'll actually order next month.
yes, indeed.
Uh,
We thought this
um,
started out was gonna be simple, and we realized it was not simple.
We're not. So
It's like flowers, you just, they could go on forever and let us make a decision and move on.
I know. You know, I was like, nobody forgets.
Placement, no. Project, placemaking project, what's that?
I just attached something because we're getting, I've got two different, people kicking around doing something with a couple of the lots that the city owns. And I came across this project that happened in DeWitt, and I found it really interesting that they're kind of trying to do what we're trying to do, but this one is different because this one still has the commercial aspect. But what we're trying to do right now is not build any more commercial. We are trying to convince the MEDC that we need money just for the housing piece, because we have commercial buildings that are vacant. But what the city of DeWitt did is that, they did one of these, I think it's the CRP project. And that, the city of DeWitt actually donated the property and, the business came up with the money, and then they did a TIFA plan to like a tax abatement to make this project work. So if any of you have time to watch this project in DeWitt, it might be kind of interesting to see how that could turn into a real life situation for us, because it's a lot like what we were trying to do with this lot right here, the bank lot. But it looks like, they maybe had a business come forward that wanted to grow and expand, and they made the housing and the, whole project work. So I just thought it was really appropriate to what we're working on.
Do you know where in DeWitt this thing?
I think it's right downtown there. Where's that new brewery at and stuff? I feel like
That brewery that's in the church.
yeah, I feel like it's down across from there. There's an insurance company,
That place is already built.
AJW Holdings. They're planning to redevelop the property in the heart of downtown. It's gonna have 8 new market rate residential units and a commercial space.
There's a building there now, right straight across the Moltz owns that he built. He bought that from the DDA.
So this one is, the city actually owns this piece.
Okay. Cause the
That's how they're-
DDA owned the other one where he built right straight across from where you're talking.
I don't actually know the address unless it's in here.
I didn't see it, but
Yeah.
I kind of skimmed it.
I mean, it's just I just thought it was interesting. They're gonna build something downtown, kind of like what we're trying to do, and they actually worked through it and made it happen, so, I think it's kind of cool.
They
The
spent
city
a
of
bunch of
DeWitt-
money on the four corners down there.
The city of DeWitt and Clinton County have approved a commercial tax abatement in support of the project. In addition, the city donated the property to the developer for $1. The city of DeWitt is engaged with the RRC. They're not even certified yet, and they got this happen, so. It's just, it can happen, guys. We just have to figure out a way, so. And, with that property, downtown can get turned into, I mean, right now I have somebody who wants to build houses there. And I have somebody else interested in building apartments, and the governor and the state of Michigan just passed a workforce development housing plan where they're gonna let people do tax abatements for building apartments to house workers, because a lot of people, they can't even get employees because they don't have any place to live. And so they're talking about, like, these people that I'm working with, they build, in bigger cities, and they can make that gap up because the rent can be so much higher. Where here, the rent is so much lower that it costs them so much to build it. They only get so much rent, and the numbers don't come together. And so what these programs through the MEDC do, and the tax abatement program, and the city donates the property, then it fills that gap in. And then what that does for the DDA is eventually that will fall off the abatement, and that property be worth a couple $1 million, and then the DDA captures those funds. So that's the fairy tale part.
Interesting part.
Yes.
Okay,
And then we got the MDA workshop, which I think you can do virtually if you want. Some great topics. It's also, you could go in person, it's in Lansing. And in East Lansing and we get the special price because last year the city joined the Michigan Downtown Association, so we get cheaper rates for some of these workshops and stuff. And I think they have some great resources and some good training for us. Perceptions on, parking downtown, we always have people tell us we don't have enough parking, but well, how much parking do you need? Yeah, I mean, people have to walk sometimes. It is what it is, So, I actually did my own little parking study and we have quite a bit of parking actually. But with us working with the school to tear that property down and build some parking there, it's probably really gonna help.
On the corner?
Yeah.
I wonder which guys are doing that here, hammering in there all the time.
Hammering?
Yes, we are.
Yes,
Oh.
they are. Mhm.
I hear noise, I just don't know what's going on inside there.
All of them buildings in that big building was sectioned off because it was a rental unit.
Right.
We're doing projects and we said, rather than going and spending millions at the lumber yard, we're repurposing the lumber.
Oh, okay. Just
The
opening
school
it
didn't
up.
want it, they don't want nothing to do with it. I said, well, we will.
So is that gonna go away and become parking?
Yes,
Okay.
that is, so. Right now, I've got, some things that we're working on trying to get somebody to fund the demolition. But the school and the city have agreed to partner to demo the site and redevelop it for. Improved parking, and improved traffic flow there. So some of the problems we have in the morning, we're kind of hoping that we can, like, we take that big site and then. Maybe do a little reconfiguration and fix some of that,
So
so
it's just that building, that house next to it though.
the house, is still privately owned.
Well,
It's just the building and the storage unit.
yeah, those two buildings. Yeah. You're hammering over there.
That's funny.
Full of nails on it.
You're making too much racket, Dave.
No,
So if anybody wants to go to this, let us know, we'll get you signed up.
What's not cheap, great purposes.
the last one. In DC.
Yep, so there's talk to me about your road to development and it's 11 to 12:30 on February 13th. So if anybody's interested, we did this today and we opened up council chambers because there was a cannabis one and we just played I signed up for the class and we just played it on there. So I'm just saying we could do this and people could come. We could order lunch or something if enough people want to come in and watch this webinar.
Where you can sign up to do that. I'm assuming.
And I can, I would sign up for, you could do it on your own, but I could sign up and just show it right here and then people, we can ask questions and kind of learn together, so. Lots of education opportunities this time of year.
Yeah, you're inside. What do you got, Dave? Anything? Nothing?
Nothing.
What are you gonna do? Go home, go to bed or something?
Yeah, yes, I have.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I have one thing.
ahead.
So we have a bill for our audit. That's $1,000 and we have $500 budgeted.
Because it was always 500.
I know, well, double this year.
Oh, that's weird. COVID.
COVID.
Okay. So I make a motion that we increase that to 1,000 so we can pay this bill.
Nobody wants to go.
No.
Yeah.
Or maybe we just pay it 500 and see how that works out.
It just happened on it.
Yeah, well, so the audit's already done. This is the after bill.
She's making the motion. You can make a second. We'll pay our bills,
Fair bill.
$1,000. All in favor? Anyone opposed? There you go.
There you go.
We're good to go. 7:07. We're out of here. Thanks, Sharon.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Yep.